Welcome back everyone, I'm Kate Plays Games, this is EVE Online, and you see before you a pod in a Gallente station because we are once again on the hunt for combat anomalies in our faction and pirate cruiser combat anomaly and escalation hunting series. And the ship we're going to be doing today is the Exequror Navy Issue. This is what it looks like. It is the Navy version of the Exequror. Now the Exequror is a remote repair ship. And the Tech 2 version, the Aneros, is also a remote repair ship. This is very much not. This is a hardcore combat ship. As you can see from the bonuses it gets, per level of Gallente cruiser skill, you get 17.5% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage. So at level 5, this is a stunking 87.5% boost to your damage. It also gets 7.5% bonus to medium hybrid turret fall off. Again, at level 5, this is 37.5% further fall off distance. And it has a 15% reduction in armour plate mass penalty. That's really for PvP. It's an overpowered ship for PvP. It has been for a very long time. The developers keep trying to tinker with it, but it's still overpowered no matter what they do. So it's very much a hybrid turret gunship. Does a staggering amount of damage. When we look on the fitting screen, it has 5 high slots, 4 of which can be turrets. That's good. 4 turrets and a scan probe launcher. 4 mid-power slots, probably prop mod, tracking, sensor booster and cap battery. And a stunking 6 low slots, armour tank, 3 mag stabs, something, and 3 rigs backed by 400 calibration, not 350 like pirate ships have. It has 25 cubic meter drone bay and 25 megabit a second drone bandwidth, so it can have 5 light drones. This thing is pretty damn good, so let's get down to fitting, shall we? We'll start with the high slots. I've basically just told you the fit as we went through. I mean, it's not difficult. Being a Navy ship, it has a crap ton of power grid and CPU, so you can fit the very biggest guns, which is lovely. I'm going to go railguns with this fit, so there's four 250mm railgun 2s going in, and we'll get the Sisters core probe launcher. We'll go to charges, Sisters core probes, and we'll do antimatter charge M on this thing. 283 damage out to a range of 39, optimal range 18, fall off 39. That's with nothing else fitted. That's jolly good. Right, let's do the mid-power slots now. Let's do a Tech 2 sensor booster, and we'll come down here and we'll do a Tech 2 tracking computer as well. There we go. And we'll do the armour tank next. Armour repairer, medium armour repairer 2, and the reactive armour hardener. This thing's going to be fighting at range, so we can deal with slightly lower resist because we're going to be out of the range of most enemies. Whack on a large compact cap battery to run that. Haven't got enough power grid left for a micro watt drive, but as I said, it's a long range fit, so we don't really need one. I'll just go for Tech 2 10 meganewton afterburner 2. It moves us 862 meters a second. With it off, 337. Cap depletes in 10 minutes. 10 minutes is probably going to be enough for anything we're going to be doing in this ship. So we'll come down here, we'll get some magnetic field stabilizers to boost the damage. Rigs wise, why don't we just do a cap control circuit from engineering? Okay, cap stable. How about with the afterburner on? No? Okay, that's fine. It's stable with the afterburner off, so that's all that really matters. What else do we want to do? We're going to be using this in Gallente space, and that means we're going to be doing refuges and hideaways. So the range is going to be fine. This is the short range high damage ammo, so we're going to be warping in at about 25 at each of these sites and then just sniping everything. And for the 3 of 10, in the final room, you warp in about 60 on the stronghold. I would quite like to be able to kill the stronghold from where we warp in. So we'll take a look at what charges we can use, and we can use the optimal range script in the tracking computer. Thorium's usually a good mix of range and damage and cap. 63. I think with the final low slot, I'm going to do a tracking enhancer. Do a Tech 2 tracking enhancer. There we go. That will push the range out even more. Yeah, between 39 and 71. That's pretty good. So 71 tells me we might even be able to go to iridium. No, not iridium, the other way. Uranium. Does slightly more damage than thorium. Now is 65 fall off good enough? I mean the station's like it's 60. We shouldn't miss it. It's a stationary target. It's absolutely bloody huge. It's a station. So I think uranium's good. That's what, 389 DPS? Thorium's 350. 89's more. Okay, we'll put some uranium in the cargo hold. Or we could look at, of course, Fed Navy uranium, which will give us 448. Okay. So what if we do Fed Navy uranium instead of normal uranium for a direct 15% bonus to damage? That looks pretty good. But for most things, we're just going to be using antimatter. 467 damage out to between 22 and 54. There is this Tech 2 long-range spike ammo, but it's ridiculous. Optimal range 81, fall-off range 112. The ship only targets to 60, so no, we don't actually need any more than that. Final 2 rigs, why don't we just do warp speed? Why not? Get us from site to site and system to system a little bit quicker. There you go, 2 Tech 1 hypervelocity rigs, and we'll get some drones in case I forget. We'll get some Caldari Navy Hornets, 5 of those. To 396 damage, all the way out to 60k. No, that's spike, you idiot. Fed Navy Uranium. 532 damage, all the way out to 60k, which is nice. And antimatter is 552 DPS. Now, would we be kept stable with lead? Apparently, yes. How about with thorium? Maybe we will do thorium for the long range hitty. What's the difference between them? 547, 535. Nah, uranium is better. Maybe we'll stick with the uranium charge, even though it's right on the edge of our fall off range. Or conflicted now. I think we'll stick with our old friend thorium. So we'll delete the Fed Navy uranium and we'll put some Fed Navy thorium on board instead. It's 487 damage all the way out to way over 60. That's going to be more than good enough. And of course, when we're running normal sites, the tracking computer will have a tracking speed script in it. So this is tracking, that'll be tracking. The ship gives range and lots of damage. Very easy ship to knock together for PvE purposes. So I'm going to go and buy this, and then we'll have some fun with it. There we are, nice looking ship. Not too much camo paint on this one, not like the other Navy ships that are just plastered in camo paint. Doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look at skins. We might have biosecurity, because of course we always have that on every ship. I mean, it's not the worst looking thing. Glacial Drift actually doesn't look too bad on this ship. Halcyon Dawn, Spirit. Do you know what? Let's go Glacial Drift. Why not? That doesn't look too shabby, does it? No, that'll do nicely. Right, I'll pick a constellation for us to go and investigate. And I'll see you when we're there.
Warp drive active.
Alright, we're in the first constellation I've selected for us to have a look at. And we found a Serpentis Vigil on scan. That's very interesting. We'll be doing that. And we're on the way currently to Serpentis Refuge, and I did remember to right click and pick the distance to warp to, and I warped in at 20, so we should be exactly where we need to be. And we managed to get the Vigil. I had to go all the way down to 0.25 to get it, because it is the hardest combat site to scan in highsec, our Vigils. Now we're having no trouble destroying frigates, we're having trouble hitting them. Oh, some of them. That one frigate, that one poor little guy that only has 55 hit points. The Initiate took a while to die. Oh damn, I accidentally shot at the turret. But because we warped in at the right range and we've got lots of tracking, we're clearing this site just fine. Not a problem at all. In my cargo hold I did buy a mobile tractor unit, because if we're going to shoot things at 60k I want to be able to grab the loot at 60k, so I don't have to fly in and pick it up myself, because I do only have an afterburner. Well, that's that site done. Let's reload and go to the Vigil. There's a 4 out of 10. Interesting. This system's just got everything. Wonder what the last cosmic signature will be. A 3 out of 10 probably. Right, Vigil is unrated. There's 4 unrateds. There's a hideout, and then the lookout, and then the watch, and this one, the Vigil. This is the big one.
Warp drive active.
2 rooms. First room you have to full clear to open the gate to get into the second room. Second room there's a reinforcement with a guaranteed commander. Okay, no one else is in here. This is good. Everything's just on the edge of where I can reach. So I'm just going to reload to my thorium. It's a wormhole. Reload to thorium and reload to optimal range script. There we go. We should still be able to lay down a decent amount of damage because we are a Exequror Navy issue. There will be a reinforcement spawn that comes out of this hangar, which will be an elite frigate and a couple of destroyers, and the same from this hangar. And then from that hangar eventually it will be the boss of this room, which is the drug something. These are elite frigates on the way. I'm going to kill them next. I was just waiting for them to approach me within range. I don't want to go too far away from the gate in case someone else comes in. I don't really want to have to race someone. There's all kinds of people in this system. No, nothing within 1 AU though, so that's good. Seem to be sniping these frigates alright. Send the drones out even though they might get webbed and scrammed. Because I need to reload back to antimatter. Antimatter fall off range 54. That's pretty good actually. The drones are unbonused. Okay, they're actually taking a lot of fire, so we'll just bring them back. If they can, if they're not webbed. Okay, that's the first reinforcement spawn. There's the patroller here. So the drones can go and play with him. Now I've been sensor damped, because of course we have. Right, we'll help the drones kill this guy then. With our guns, lovely. And then we'll blow up that destroyer, off he goes. That's the one we were shooting at. I believe it was the elite frigates that actually censored that. There's a core drug trader, that's the boss. When we kill him, the gate will open. Sometimes this second spawn shows up after this guy, which is what has happened here. So if you're quick, you can kill him. Well, you have to kill all this lot first, and then the drug trader, and then get through the gate, hopefully before the next lot spawn. That's the idea, at least. Okay, drones have a go at the drug trader. I'm going to take out the rest of these guys. I actually want to be tracking speed, because we're shooting at things that are close. There we go, that's a bit better. Fall off range between 20 and 45. That stupid noise was the gate unlocking apparently, and the second group have spawned in, so we'll deal with those. Drones, stop killing him and go and kill that patroller, because we need it to be gone. And I'll get rid of the 2 destroyers, like, instantly. Lovely. Drug trader's dead. Now we get a message in local saying that the gate is open. We got another weird noise. Eve just has some very stupid sound design. Another refuge has spawned in. Right, room 2. I'm definitely going to want thorium and I'm going to want optimal range. This is a long range room. Hey, I'm going to put out my mobile tractor unit. This is the initial lot. It's a lot of battle cruisers and a lot of sentry towers. The way to complete this is you blow up 1 sentry tower and that spawns in the boss and lots of other stuff. Then you snipe the boss and then you leave. That's the plan, at least. We shall see whether or not... I mean, the only things shooting at us at the minute are these 3 sentry towers, and they're putting the hurt on us. Where is the boss? He is... Tego Hurricane, this cruiser, battle cruiser. No, cruiser. And he's bounced off the station again. Sometimes when he spawns in, he hits this ruins and catapults off at 1,000,000 miles a second. Right, well, we got him anyway, so we sniped him good and proper. These little frigates can and will warp jam, so they need to go away. Oh, god damn, it's picked up a cargo container from that turret. We need that, the Shadow Serpentis Chief Spy wreck. Because Tego Hurricane was just a renamed regular NPC. So what I'm going to do, as soon as that guy's dead, I'm going to blow up all the wrecks that are not the Shadow Serp. So our mobile tractor unit only has 1 wreck to play with. There we go. Pick up the wreck, you stupid tractor unit. Pick it up. Target lock the wreck and drag it toward yourself. There you go. That wasn't too hard, was it? God. And the problem we have is that everything else is still on approach and it's very unfriendly and it's going to put the hurt on. So we're going to have to reload to antimatter and tracking speed script and try and kill things. I'm not putting the drones out because they only bring about 90 DPS to the party and that's just not enough. Medium guns, good tracking against big fat medium targets, easy peasy. Well, that's what the gun turret dropped. 100 rounds of tungsten charge large. Hey, Shadow Serpentis inertial stabilizer. 105 million. And that's worth 762, so we'll take that. Everything else is worth nothing. There is an expedition you can get from this site, but we didn't get it. Let's go to the refuge next.
Warp drive active.
Let's stop the warp and right click and warp in at 30 as we're supposed to do.
Warp drive active.
So that was the Serpentis Vigil. Usually as soon as you kill the named boss, that's when you get the expedition. It's called Booster R&D and you really need a battleship for it because it's like lots of battleships and elite cruisers and all kinds of madness. It's a very scary expedition, so I probably wouldn't have done it anyway. And if I did, it would have been in Navarger. Jackdaw's here. Let's just leave him to do this. I'm just going to go to the Phi Outpost.
Warp drive active.
Wave at this guy in local. Oh, no. I think we both had the same idea. Dang it. Right, if the Jackdaw's going to do the Phi Outpost, I'm going to go back and do that refuge. Unless he's had the same idea and saw me warp out. Yeah, Jackdaw must be in that site already. Let's go back to that refuge then.
Warp drive active.
It's a hideaway as well. Alright, we'll do that after the refuge. Because it's not guaranteed that that jackdaw has a scan probe launcher. Most of the time they'll just make their fits specifically for farming anomalies and they won't even have a scan probe launcher. Now let's just blow up this turret because it's annoying me. One shot, one kill, because Exequror Navy Issue, massive damage. Bim, bim. Bim. I'm not even putting my drones out because I cannot be bothered. The guns are doing just fine on their own, thank you very much. Blocking things pretty fast. Applying decent damage. Well, nothing happened here. Let's just warp to the hideaway.
Warp drive active.
Oh, another cosmic signature has appeared, so let's put the scan probes back out. Scan it down. Reload my guns because it only takes 5 seconds to reload hybrid weapons, which is lovely. Okay, this one's dropped us at 30, that's fine. That's pretty much dead on. Boom, boom, dead, dead. It's a combat site. It is a 3 out of 10. God, what is happening today, man? My predictions are all coming true. Okay. Let's do a 3 out of 10, I guess. This is a public site, so we are going to have to rush it. This site has 5 rooms, but you don't have to do 5 rooms, you only have to do 4 of them, because room 1 splits off into rooms 2 and 3, and then both of them lead into room 4, and then that leads into room 5.
Warp drive
We will be the first person in this site, well, I would hope so, unless someone else is really fast at scanning. There is someone scan probes within 5 AU. Right, first thing we need to do, destroy that supply traffic management. This drops a key which will let us through the right hand gate, which goes to room 3. Room 3 takes longer than room 2. Room 2 is the one off to the left. Put the drones out. Drones play with frigates. So as soon as we get the key we can disappear through the gate. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the left hand gate because that room is quicker to complete. Hey look everyone, the drones have split the fire, because of course they have. Because focus fire doesn't work, and it has never worked, and it probably never will work. This box can drop faction gear as well, very rarely. So we need that. I'm going to take the gate key as well, because the gate key is not consumed. So the next time you do this site, in this room, you can just go straight to the right hand gate and go straight through and ignore this room altogether. Right, let the drones kill this guy. Reload my guns. Come on drones, get the job done. There they go, bring him back. We're close enough to the gate to go straight through as soon as the drones are in, let's go.
Warp drive active.
The good thing about escaping this room is that it saves you A, the time of killing everything, and B, if someone else comes into a public site and sees room 1 untouched, they might think that no one else is here and they'll stop and take the time to complete room 1. But that would be an error on their part, because I'm already in rooms 2, 3, 4 and 5. Tracking the one that's right up close was perhaps a little bit optimistic. We'll just blap everything from here. Approach the staff quarters. Drones can kill that. I'll approach this charge ammunition. Staff quarters doesn't have very many hit points. It's not the most sturdy of buildings. And these frigates are not the most sturdy of opponents, which is nice. Right, drones come back. I need to pick up that cargo can. This will also drop a key, but we don't need the key to get through the gate. The gate unlocks when you kill everything, and even if you have the key in your cargo hold, it doesn't unlock the gate until everything's dead. So this key is completely worthless. Again, that can drop faction gear, but on our case it did not. On we go into room 4.
Warp drive active.
There's going to be a commander cruiser in this room who can also drop faction gear, and he will drop another one of these faction boxes which you sell to DED NPC on the market. I'm going to put out my mobile tractor unit. I'm just going to kill him. Tractor unit will drag his wreck, and then I'll snipe everything else. Someone is trying to scan this site, but they're taking their sweet time about it. Or they're already on the way here and they've just forgot to withdraw their probes. That happens sometimes. Just blap everything as it approaches me. Yellow box means they have me targeted, but they're not firing, so they're trying to get into range, which means they're directly approaching me, which makes them very, very easy for me to hit, as we see. What has the boss provided us? Just his little loot box, that's fine. Don't forget to pick up your mobile tractor unit, don't leave it behind. Right, we need to get to the acceleration gate. So, all these guys back here haven't aggressed yet. Put the drones out, they can go and help. Go drones, go. There we go. Well, that Phi Outpost is still on scan, which tells me the Jackdaw wasn't running it. I think he must have just left system. But if he is running it, he's taking his sweet time about it. Drones, don't kill the gun towers, just come back. And we are gone. Right, we're going to reload to Fed Navy Thorium and optimal range script.
Warp drive active.
And we're going to try and snipe the tower from here. Because we haven't got the tank to go over there and face tank the whole room. It's a little bit outside our targeting range. Our target range is annoying. It's like 59.85 or something. We are a little bit too far away from our mobile tractor unit, but it cannot be helped. Okay, so the plan here is to just sit here and smash this thing from here. Let's have a look at the hit quality. Penetrates, smashes, hits. And we've lost target lock because we got sensor damped. That is annoying. Damn. Apparently our targeting range is only 49 kilometers. Right, fine. You want me to kill all the sensor dampening guys? I will. Bloody annoying. Apparently now I can attack the stronghold again. Until the next round of damps land, and we'll probably lose lock again. Okay, this plan is not quite gone according to plan. Because the mobile tractor unit is going to start pulling all these crappy wrecks towards me. Which I don't really want it to. So, why don't we just get the drones to kill the wrecks? Let's be smart about this. And we've lost lock on the station again. This plan is not really working. So perhaps the play here is to move within like 45k of the station, then come to a halt and then snipe it. But by then we'd be in range for Federation Navy antimatter and not thorium. I kind of forgot about the sensor damps, to be honest. Who killed that and when? Don't know what the drones are attacking. They're just... Oh, they're attacking the stronghold as well. Okay, whatever, chaps. Ah, I've lost lock on the stronghold again. Maybe if I'd invested in a targeting range script, we might have been able to overcome the damps. This plan's just not really worked at all. Bit of a messy situation, to be honest. Because now everything's going to be within range to shoot at me, which is not perfect. Let's unlock that and him. It was a decent plan, it just didn't work. Oh well, plus ça change. That's life. Right, drones come back, me reload antimatter. And tracking speed script and kill all the frigates as they approach. Probably didn't want to do that, but it looks like the cargo can's on the move. Okay, so the mobile tractor unit did grab it. I've made some bad decisions in this site. Some very poor decisions indeed. So do we put a range script in the sensor booster and hope that overcomes the sensor dampening? Or do we just go and buy a few thousand rounds of Fed Navy faction antimatter and then get within 45 of the station before coming to a halt and opening fire? Those are the big questions which need answers. The other big question is, what is in this cargo can? And the answer is... 36.7 million worth of 1 meganewton afterburner. Well, it's better than nothing. And that Phi Outpost is still here, so let's go and do it.
Warp drive active.
If we can. Without being killed.
Warp drive active.
Right, apparently there's a Hecate within one AU, so he's probably in the site. Damn Tech 3 destroyers everywhere. Nope, no one in the site. What is going on today? Where is everyone? Why are they not farming the sites? What's happening? drones. Kill him. No, get back here. There you go. Me kill battle cruiser. That's okay, the drones can grind down this little cruiser, that's not an issue. This little group at the back sometimes doesn't aggress with the rest, and that's what's happened here, and that's a good thing. I will one-shot these frigates as they approach. Famous last words. Yeah, we one-shotted one of them. Better than nothing. Drones, how are you doing killing this cruiser? Okay, they've broken its armour tank, that's good. He's below half armour. So our unbonus drones apparently do have enough damage to kill cruisers on their own, very slowly. Alright, drones. Okay, let's approach the sealed container. We've lost target lock because we've got damped, so I'll just reload my weapons. That ain't no biggie. And the drones have apparently decided to go and kill a cruiser. Fair enough, I'll pick off the frigates then. I'll do things backwards in backwards land today, apparently. There we go. I am kind of questioning the fit I made now. Perhaps it would have been better to do 200mm guns, which have better tracking, and then we could have saved enough power grid and CPU for a micro warp drive, so we can just manually close the range ourselves. Again, we need that box. We don't need this key. There are stories about that key. This site has been changed many times over the years. Originally, that key did not despawn when you opened the gate, so you could just pick one up, like we did in the previous site where we got the traffic control key, this one. And that key would just stay in your cargo forever. And each time you did this site, you could bypass this entire room by coming to the gate and going straight through. Then they changed it so that key was consumable, so you had to pick up the key from here and go through the gate. So then lots of unscrupulous people decided, why don't we just not bother running this site, come in here, go straight to that can, grab the key as soon as we can, and then leave the site undone, and then sell the key on contract
Warp drive
for
active.
35-40 million, and that's what a lot of people did, and it was really annoying. Right, that is the boss. If we're good, we can snipe him, but I don't think we're that good, so I'm going to snipe the frigates. We're going to pretty much do a full clear here, even though it's a public site. I mean, it's always a public site because this site never escalates from anything. The only way you will find the Serpentis 4 of 10 is via scanning for it, which is exactly how we found this one. So I'm going to get rid of as many frigates as I can, which is pretty much all of them apart from the ones that are right up in my face. Okay, we've been sensor damped, it's not great. Get the drones out, they'll just attack whatever. Right, now we need to reload to antimatter and reload to tracking speed, because we have a battle cruiser up in my face. We'll just start shooting at it. At least we know we're cap stable with the afterburner on, so if we need to, and we probably will need to, we will eventually move. Let's just make sure the drones are attacking frigates. Well, that battle cruiser disappeared very quickly, as did that frigate. And the battleship is charging at us because it's a bit of a scary boss. It does have blasters, which is scary. And it does have a micro warp drive. That's why it's moving so fast, which is also quite scary. But I don't want to move until I have to, because that will affect my own tracking. I want to sit still until the tank starts looking unhappy, and then I'll start moving. Tank's looking unhappy, need to move. Just double click straight up. Our keep it range should be like 25k. No, that was 2500, not 25,000. Here we go, get the right number of zeros. Line myself up with this guy. As you see, the damage has dropped off almost to zero just because we're moving pretty quick and we're a fairly small target. I mean, the plan for this site kind of was in the back of my brain to come in here with the thorium and long range script and try and snipe the boss. Then I realised that we just wouldn't do enough damage to snipe him before everything else got down here and started joining the party. Right, let's help the drones. In fact, let's just double click because I'm in trouble. Double clicky. Kill this battle cruiser. Get my speed up. Keep it range is nice because it makes you accurate, but it also lines you up with whatever's shooting you as well. As soon as we start moving, the tank goes up, so that's good. That one next, I guess. I'm about to run out of ammo.
A module has run out of charges.
Wah, wah. Well, Exequror Navy Issue will be fine. 861 meters a second is keeping us out of trouble. For the most part. Got a little too close to that guy. There you go. Tank's happy. Everything's missing us now. We're much faster than the micro warp drive battleship anyway. So that always helps. And we'll keep this guy at range. And we are demolishing these cruisers nice and fast. You like, ideally you blitz this first room. Because now that the developers have changed the gate in the first room to open as soon as everything's dead, the gate stays open. So anyone can follow us in here and they'll just one-shot. Well, they're not going to one-shot a 2.5 million battleship, but they'll kill it and get the loot. Okay. Let's see about this guy. What does our orbit want to be? 18 probably. Let's do that. 18 thou. I'm just going to manually orbit. If I clicked orbit, we'd smash into all the scenery and stuff, and that'd just be really annoying. Maybe I'll just do keep it range. This guy does have huge kinetic resist, and he is armor tanked, but his thermal is only 50, and lucky for us, we do mostly kinetic, but we do a decent amount of thermal as well, so we will chew him down. It may just take a little while. We're going to hit a reload cycle pretty soon, but that's fine. It's only 5 seconds. It's not as if he's going to repair a huge amount in the 5 seconds. He is firing blasters, and we're keeping him at range at 25, so he's just like missing all the time. You can tell it's blasters because they're yellow. That's the nice thing about hybrids. You can tell at a glance what they are. We fire blue, or light blue and white, because we fire railguns, and he's firing yellow, which is blasters. Right, so in this system we found a hideaway, a refuge, a 3 of 10, a 4 of 10 and a vigil. That's staggering. I'm just going to double click to. In fact, I'm just going to directly approach him now. We'll orbit him really close. I want to be nice and close to grab his wreck. Now he's in structure, he'll fade pretty quickly. Now we wouldn't be able to do this if we had a micro warp drive because we wouldn't have enough cap to run it cap stable. I'm still debating like getting rid of the 250s and going down to 200mm guns. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, just to get a micro warp drive on, but I mean 862.25 meters a second is probably fast enough for the ship. Stop the ship, bring the drones back, reload the guns, have a look in his wreck, and 61.1 million for a C-type medium armor repairer. We can put that on this ship if we wanted to. Nice. Well, that was good. On to the next system, I guess.
Warp drive active.
Not sure what else I have to show you. We've done a hideaway, a refuge, a 3 of 10, a 4 of 10, and a vigil so far. We'll find out what we find. Right, we're on the way to a refuge. Again, home front operations are clogging up the filter, and I wish that the filters had a tick box for home front operations. Just get them off my scan. And an Orthrus has just completed the site. Well, that's to be expected. We know how good Orthrus are.
Warp drive active.
Right, one system over, and there's another 3 of 10 just in the wild and as a scan site, so let's go and do that.
Warp drive active.
And this time, if we make it to the 5th room unmolested, if no one else is in the site, we will approach the station until we get within about 45 kilometers, and then we'll use antimatter. It will do more damage than the thorium will at 60, and if we get sensor damped, hopefully we'll be within range to keep lock on the station. So we are learning.
Warp drive.
It was either that or try and go and buy a long range script for the targeting computer and hope that that was enough to keep us in range. Okay. It looks to be a pristine site, so we're going to go straight through the right hand gate this time because we have the key, so let's just go straight through the gate slowly because we don't have a micro warp drive, but that's okay. The afterburner kept us alive in the 4 of 10. But the 4 of 10 is much rarer than the 3. Things still swirling in my brain. Wondered if we could have sniped that on approach and just grabbed the can as we flew past.
Warp drive active.
Another consideration. Right, into room 3 this time instead of doing room 2. We've done the plan, we said that we've got this key. We've got this key that lets us through that gate, so that saved us the time of not completing room 1. Going to approach this charge ammunition thing. I'm going to kill as many frigates as I can on approach, because we need to wipe everything out to open the gate anyway, so we'll just do that. And also to aggress them. There'll be another group that spawns here, here and here. This group on the front left and this group at the back left next to the gate sometimes don't aggress properly, and it can be annoying, but looks like everything's waking up for me today, so that's good. I'm gonna snipe the cruiser. Here's a commander cruiser. His wreck will be, it will say overseer wreck. I'm not sure whether it's tech 2, like it will drop tech 2 salvage if you salvage it. I'm unsure about that, but you can try it and let me know. I'm going to be missing a lot because I'm moving really quickly and I'm wrecking my own tracking, so I need to shoot things that are further away. Let's just unlock everything and then relock from furthest away to closest. I only dropped a normal module, not the end of the world. Oh, that's better. Now we've actually come to a halt. Our tracking is much better, because of course it is. Pop, 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 pop. Everything's just blowing up faster than I can target lock them. That's what we like to see. Yeah, look everyone, the drones have split their fire. Because of course they have, because focus fire doesn't work, and it's never worked. And the developers seem happy for it to not work. They seem completely oblivious and clueless as to how to fix this issue. It's been an issue for as long as I've been playing EVE Online, and that is since 2008. Gonna have to try and keep things at range and turn my afterburner on. Just to try and pull range and line them up. I'm not sure how well it's working. The drones will get that guy. Reload ammo. Return the drones to the drone base. As soon as they're in, we'll take the gate.
Warp drive active.
On to room 4. Again, we'll spit out the tractor unit. Kill the cruiser boss. Gonna wait for the tractor unit to activate itself. It does take 10 seconds to deploy. There we go. We don't want to kill anything else until we're sure that the mobile tractor unit has picked up the boss's wreck. Which it will, because it will be the only thing that will be available. Oh, have we lost lock on the boss because we got sensor damped? Of course we did. How annoying. Just die. There you go. Now he's dead. Make sure this starts moving. Come on, mobile tractor unit. There we go. That means I can unleash the hounds and unleash the rounds of ammunition, which are going to impact in the faces of all these dicks. There we go. Snipey, 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 snipe. Everybody's dead, Dave. And we'll find out what the commander was carrying when his wreck gets here. We will not forget to pick up the mobile tractor unit. Just the loot box, it's fine. Give me my tractor unit. Let me blap these guys. Approach the gate. Afterburner on. The drones have really split their fire. For God's sake, CCP, fix your game. It's been broken for 23 years. You need to fix it. Write some code. Their excuse for not fixing anything is coding is hard, to which my reply is, you're coders. Do your job. We're paying you every single player is paying you $20 a month. Every single Omega player is paying you the equivalent of $20 a month. You've got the money, you just can't be bothered to do it, or you lack the talent. And all that the focus fire button is effectively doing is pressing F automatically. F being the hotkey for all drones attack highlighted target.
Active.
And they seem unable to code that for some reason. Okay, new strategy. Approach this within 45 kilometers. Then stop. Switch to optimal range script. Turn off scan resolution bonus on this. Unload to cargo. Turn it back on. Okay, we're now within 45. Stop the ship. Put out the mobile tractor unit. Kill the station. This is the new plan. It may work, it may not work. Get the drones to kill the station as well. Everyone kill the station. Okay, we're being sensor damped, but we haven't lost lock. This is good. So far, at least. I mean, multiple sensor damps are coming in now. I think the drones might have to work quite hard to wipe out frigates, but I'm getting them to help me kill the stronghold first. because obviously we're 15 kilometres closer to the stronghold than we were last time, which means that the tractor unit will be faster at pulling the cargo can towards itself. I mean, we're still in shield, which is nice. Stronghold's almost dead already, which is nice. Okay, maybe this new strategy, backed with some fed Navy antimatter for 15% faster station destruction, is the new meta for this ship. So every fit, I mean, they're all pretty much similar on the surface for this kind of work, but every ship does work in slightly different ways. They've all got their own intricacies and idiosyncrasies. And it looks like, boom. Right, bring the drones back. Change everything over to how it was. Reload the guns. Here comes a cargo can. Need to shoot at things which are like between 30 and 40. Scan res script on. Cargo can's on the move. That means we're safe to start blapping things. Just to remove any DPS that gets too close, as we wait for the can to arrive. And to generate more bounty in, because explosions are pretty. Because one-shotting frigates is never not fun. Let's see what it brings in this time. Will it be a big score? 37.3, not bad. I'll take that. Skip the mobile tractor unit. And we are gone.
Warp drive active.
Right, new meta seems to be established. Get close to station. Get rid of fed Navy thorium. Buy some fed Navy antimatter. Right, so attacking things all the way up to 60k isn't really viable with the damps. So we'll just hit harder at closer. Fair enough. Lesson learned. Right, we're heading back to the station. I think we've done enough. We've done 2 3 of 10s, a 4 of 10, a vigil, lots of refugees and hideaways and everything. This is the alternate fit I was telling you about. You downgrade from 250 to 200mm railguns, and then that lets you fit a restrained micro-watt drive, but it's not cap stable unless you then remove one warp speed rig and replace it with a second cap control or other cap rig. So the damage goes from 552 with the 250mm down to 530, which is only 22 DPS less. Your optimal range falls from 20 to 15, and your fall off falls from 45 to 35, but you do gain lots of tracking, which means you're more accurate. So you're shorter range, but you're more accurate, and you only do 22 less DPS, but it does allow the ship to move at 2300 meters a second from gate to gate. Whether or not you'll be able to micromanage the micro-warp drive and armor repairer in the 4 of 10 to kite everything remains to be seen, but I think it's more than viable. And if we, of course, use faction antimatter like Fed Navy, you go up to 597 DPS, and if we had 250mm guns, that would be 622. So it's still a shade under 600. It's around.
Docking request
both
accepted.
fits are around 600 DPS. This one's slightly shorter range, but that's not a huge issue because you've got much more speed to get yourself into range. So perhaps you may want to change the fit to this. I will, of course, include both fits in the video description. So that was a fun journey with the Exequror Navy Issue. It's a great little ship. It hits like an absolute train. Really long range. Had a little bit of problem with sensor dampening, but we overcame it. We thought our way around it. We just closed the range with our speed and then shot everything up at close range with higher damage ammo. So using the thorium ammo, don't use that, just throw it away. We did 2 3 out of 10s, 1 4 out of 10, 1 Serpentis Vigil. We got one of the best Shadow Serpentis modules you can get, which is the inertial stabilizers at 104 million. We found a few other things. This is worth 59. That's 35, that's 34. All told, we brought in 244 million ISKIN estimated value. Very nice indeed. So I think we're going to wrap up this series in Gallente space, and the next time you see me, I'll be back in Amar, because there's the other half of Amar space, the Sancha's Nation pirates, where very much like this place in Gallente space, Sancha hideaways and Sancha refuges will give us a Sancha 3 out of 10 site. And the Sancha 3 out of 10, if you can get good at it, you can do the whole site in about 4 minutes. So, come back for that, and until then, do look after yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon.